Good evening. Thank you for the ability to speak to you with my thoughts, my views. My name's Ted Glick. I'm from Bloomfield, New Jersey. I'm the coordinator of the Essex County Greens. I certainly appreciate what you all are having to deal with, the lawsuit, DuPont, etc. But I'd like to speak from our perspective, the perspective of an organization and really of a worldwide movement that is trying to save our planet because it's very deeply threatened by the heating up of the earth, the heating up of the atmosphere, by global warming, by the climate crisis. And there is a worldwide movement that is growing quickly to switch away from coal and the fossil fuels to the clean energy sources. On October 24th, 3 months ago, there were literally over 5,200 actions, demonstrations in 181 countries all over the world on the same day. And less than 2 months later, there were over 3,000 actions on December 12th. This was all in connection with a conference in Copenhagen that people may have read about. In the United States, on October 24th, there were 2,000 actions on the same day. There's a very strong, growing, thriving movement to shift away from the kind of facilities that PurGen is all about. Coal-fired, coal-based utilities. So you really, I have to say, if you pass this MOU, and if you move forward and allow, rather than what Councilman Koziol called for, a solar plant, concentrated solar plant, to provide jobs and clean energy and to have Linden be a beacon, be a leader in New Jersey and in the country for what we need. If rather than do that, you go ahead with support of this plant, you really are putting yourself on the wrong side of history. There's more to it. I'm reading, it's kind of hard going actually, this latest book by Al Gore called Our Choice, where he lays out in very great detail all the different options. And he talks about carbon capture and sequestration in one chapter. And there's a few sentences I want to read that I think is really very fundamental to understand. And whatever you think of Al Gore and his politics, the guy knows this issue. He's been studying it, dealing with it for 30 years or longer. He says, what should be discarded, however, is any illusion that carbon capture and sequestration will be available anytime soon at a scale large enough to make a dent in our CO2 emissions. We are many years away from understanding the answers to questions that must be resolved before CCS could become one of the viable solutions for global warming. This last point is crucial because some coal companies and coal-burning utilities have aggressively promoted the illusion that carbon capture and sequestration is actually near at hand. Right now, the largest facility that's putting carbon, liquefied carbon, into the ground is 20 megawatts. 20 megawatts. This is a 750 megawatt proposed plant. There's all kinds of issues that have to be resolved, regulatory rules developed, etc. This thing is years away. So for my brothers from the labor movement, this is not a plant that's going to be producing construction jobs or any other jobs anytime soon. That's just the reality. Quickly, I know my time is just about up. The movement that has developed in New Jersey to try to stop this plant and to have this land be used for positive job-creating clean energy or other positive development, redevelopment uses, I mean, we're not going away, whatever you guys decide tonight. I think you know that. The governor came out, Governor Christie came out against this plant when he was campaigning, and we're not going to let him forget that, that's for sure. The congressman from Staten Island, Michael McMahon, he came out against this plant publicly 9 months ago, in April of last year. Staten Island is very downwind, of course, from what might come from this coal, what will come from this coal plant in terms of hazards in the air. There are environmental groups that are very accomplished at legal action that have definitely got this on their radar. They know this is seen as a big solution, essentially, for the coal industry. That's what this is going to do. One of the big things it's going to do, big picture-wise, is going to be a real aid to the coal industry that's fighting for its life in many ways, because there is this need, as everybody sees, to shift to cleaner energy sources, and coal is not clean. So just my last point is we would love, those of us who have been coming to these meetings, working to try to prevent this plant from being built, we would love to be working with this council, working with Linden, working with the unions to find good jobs, good paying jobs that are about sustainable energy and that are good for our children. That's what we should be about, not just the immediate needs, but what's best for our children. And our children don't need more coal plants built anywhere, including in Linden. Thank you.